Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Melody Shree Rogers, aka Mogul Making Mel, aka Money Making Mel. And this has escalated, you guys. Mel, I believe, is still currently on the Tickety Talk. I got the most of it and everything else because I think there was like a point where she was like taking calls and stuff from people. But Martell has gotten on the internet, y'all. And this is just what's so embarrassing of it all. So here's a screenshot of Mel's interview that she did with Dr. Heavenly way back when, saying, "I never punched you. You continue to lie. If you need to get back on LAMH, just say that. Missing these checks while taking care of your married boyfriend's security and his wife." Then Martell says, "The person who always has been the ABUSER is no longer on my show. Hashtag LAMH. Then says, "I don't care what a person says to you. Never put your hands on them, nor cause harm. Black people stop supporting women abuse ABUSING men. Stop supporting her business. It supports DV." Then there's a screenshot from a Facebook group about how Carlos thought it was funny and okay for Mel to throw a glass at Martell that could have injured him, the Fletchers, and it goes on. And Martell leaves a caption that says, "The abuser is ABUSER is no longer on the show. She's been using Martell Holt to promote her business through lies and abuse and DV. It's sad, everyone. Y'all thought that she was the victim." And I'm just disgusted. So Mel right now, she is on live and she's putting out all of the receipts, all the police reports that she's put out dating back to 2020. You know, back when, she was trying to come back and get some things and Martell blocked the door and threw her phone and was kicking her phone around the ground. And then she, I think a nail came off and injured her finger and stuff. Mel is also talking about, read the report from 2021 but it included the threat about the argument in the report about Martell talking about how nobody could talk about, what he can and cannot do in his household and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But also talked about the fact that if you have a MFing man around the kids, I will unalive him and I will unalive you, BITCH. But just talks about all of the ABUSIVE ways Martell has been over the years. And Mel, there is so many pick-me's, you guys, that are in this chat trying to drag Mel, trying to come for Mel. So she has to keep pausing to block people, to be in a block party, because people are just being really annoying that this is all for the show. This is all fake. Mel's not on the show. There was no show. Like, what are we talking about? And Martell having the audacity to call LAMH his show, really? Make it make sense. You're getting allegedly the least screen time. So how is it your show and you're never in the episodes? And you weren't in the episodes last seasons. Make it make sense. So Mel said, the court date was a week and a half ago. Why did she release all this now? Mel said she was upset when it happened. She was emotional when it happened. She needed time to decompress. And this is my problem. And this is what happens with victims all the time. They're always like, well, why did you say something now? Why didn't you say anything when it happened? And it's like, How can you dictate when a person wants to tell their story? And then I guess you think it's a dig that Mel is doing this while selling her products, but y'all buying the products. I saw on there, I think today, she had 155 people buying stuff in there. So people are buying her stuff. People are supporting. What did you want her to do? Just sit there in front of y'all and just cry all day? Like that's what y'all wanted her to do? Like, why can't she multitask? Why can't she give you story time, give you the tea, show you receipts of these police reports of what's been taking place all this time? And also get it back. Also get people to purchase. And here's the thing, her TikTok lives, her mega lives that she does, that she just had one that we talked about, guess what? None of it was about any Martell or what happened. And the kiddos were there. They were there in the background or whatever else. But it's like, how can you dictate what somebody is or isn't doing? And it seems like Martell, the LAMH checks aren't helping you if you still need to harass your ex-wife. If you still need to engage in a public back and forth with your ex-wife. So Mel thinks that Martell allegedly has a burner account because that would have to be the way that you're keeping tabs on what she's saying on these TikTok lives. You and your concubine, there has to be some way. Mel said that she's not bitter. She doesn't want this man back. Because she was referencing how Martell said on the show that they would be back together in 5 years and that when other couples are celebrating anniversaries and vow renewals, that should be us. That should be us doing all these things or whatever else. Mel says she don't want this man back. She does not want this man back in any capacity. I just don't understand why he won't leave her alone. Mel said there's no friendship. There's no way they can get along because she feels she's protecting him. In reference to the interview she did, Mel said the reason she held back is she was still protecting him because he was the father of her kids. But Martell won't stop. But Mel has given him so much grace over the years, y'all. So much grace, more grace than some people would not. Some people would not. Some people, they'd be done after the first time, right? You have one time to try it with me, and that's it, and it's all. But nonetheless, you guys, I don't know how much more tea is going to come out of this. I'm doing this video now, and I might be talking with y'all again later if there's any further updates. But this whole thing is just sad. And Mel said she's not jealous or upset about who Martell is dating or who Martell is involved with, because what is there to be jealous about? Jealous about somebody driving around in an old car when Mel's got 2 cars. She's got a G-Wagon and she's got the Range Rover. Jealous of somebody who whenever Martell gets mad at her, she can't take the car anywhere. Jealous of that. Jealous of her daughter allegedly saying that she wishes that her mom was Mel instead of the concubine. Jealous of the fact that, Mel's kids are well taken care of and well-mannered and provided for. And it gets to a point where Mel's had to order DoorDash for y'all, has had to order Uber Eats for y'all. You've allegedly complained about the kids being in designer clothes, being in nice clothes compared to what your kids got. So maybe the LAMH checks aren't hitting like that. Like, it just gets to a point where it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's been 5+ years. Let it go. And Martell, if Mel wanted to be on the show, she'd be there. They've already asked her back before. They already said that she can come back to that show whenever she wants to. She doesn't want to, and she doesn't need to. Why is she not allowed to talk about her own court case? Why is she not allowed to talk about what you just did a week and a half ago? Why isn't she allowed to expose the shenanigans you and your concubine are doing? Oh, that's right. You want her to suffer in silence. You want to be in control of everything. And then every time you get exposed, you lash out. But the simplest thing is the easiest thing, which is to leave Mel alone. But y'all don't want to do that. Because your lifestyle, even with the LAMH checks, is not hitting the way that it was hitting when you were married to Mel. And your concubine has said that in the past, that she wish y'all were still married because y'all don't got the same lifestyle no more. Make it make sense. Who's jealous of who? Who is jealous of who? Who isn't selling anything? What brand deals do you got? What companies do you have, Martell? Like, what are we talking about? And Mel said she's not going to air out everybody else's business and everybody else's traumas, but spoke about how Martell's mom wrote a book about a lot of traumas and things, and Martell continues to lash out, but she says she didn't want you to buy the book, so she wasn't going to tell you what the name of the book was or where it was or where you could get it. She wants you to support her stuff. and I'm here for it. Hey, it's your platform, right? It's your platform. But she was just saying that, Martell is triggered by so many things and needs therapy, needs intense therapy, you guys. But nonetheless, that's the conclusion for this video. I just want Martell to stop. I just want Martell and his concubine to stop. It's like, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's annoying. We're not getting anywhere with all of this. But also to the Alabama court system, Madison County, like what are we doing? How much longer do we have to delay and stall all of this foolishness? Why isn't Martell behind bars? Why won't he stop? And the show continues to protect him. But it's funny because Martell has threatened to unalive Mel, right? Didn't Marquez do the same thing? Allegedly in the text message? Threatened to unalive Trish? But and he got removed like that. But Martell is still roaming free in the LAMH streets. Make it make sense! Make it make sense. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the audacity for me. Y'all don't take nothing seriously. Unless it's somebody you consider a low-hanging fruit, right? But Mel said it. She said she feels the most unprotected woman is a black woman. And she also said the way black women go against black women is disgusting. And the number of black women that are caping for Martell and defending Martell is disgusting. I've never seen anything like this, where regardless if you like Mel or not, you just don't want to believe her. Like, that's crazy to me. That is insane to me. It's absolutely insane. But that's where we are. Where the stand-em, the stand wars of it all. And we're in this culture now that if you've just made up your mind you don't like somebody, you don't like a public figure, you don't like a celebrity, you're not going to care about anything negative or traumatic that they go through, whether it's DV, whether it is SA, whether it is any type of ABUSE. And that is sad. That is disturbing. That is disgusting. The lack of empathy, the lack of sympathy, all of it, you guys. That is crazy. Because would you have that same energy if it was you? Would you have that same energy if it was a loved one or if it was someone you know? Like it's just wild to me, the mentality that some people have. But enough is enough. Like, at what point does all of this stop? At what point does all of this stop? And I'm scared for what that moment is. Because Martell does not want to stop. This is his whole MO. He wants to destroy Mel and doesn't give a crap about those kids. All he wants is access to Mel's money. Whether it's trying to provoke her into something that him and or the concubine can try to sue her for, or continue to soil her name, you guys. But it's just really bad, you guys. It's really bad. It's gone too far, and I just want it to stop. I just want Martell to leave Mel alone. That's all I want for him. And it's going to get to a point where if and when the kids see all of this, if and when the kids are aware of what their father is saying about their mom on the internet, if the kids are aware of what he's saying about her to the concubine behind closed doors when it is his week to spend with him and everything else, it will get to a point where they'll make a decision that they don't want to see their father anymore. It will get to that point. Because kids have done that before. If there's a parent after a divorce or a breakup or whatever else, they just continue to use the kids as pawns or continue to bash the other parent every time you're around and just do all types of foolishness. It gets to the point where the kids are like, I don't want to deal with this. And it gets to a point where the kids decide when they turn 18, I don't want my father's last name. Let me legally change my last name because I want nothing to do with that father, because every time I was at his house, he's bashing the mom. Kids make those decisions too. I don't like the way he treated my mom, so when I turn 18, I'm going to do this. And Martell's not thinking about that. All he's thinking about is how he can be in the news and how he can pander to his pygmies. Make it make sense! So that's it. That's all for this video. It's Todos. It's free now. It is all for this video. Please let me know what y'all think in the comments about all of this. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.